Welcome there everyone. So today we're going to look at the Happymodel Bassline HDZero. So there's two different versions of this, and this one comes in the HDZero and the Voxnail edition. This is the HDZero version, and I think you guys have seen this in the last video, which is actually recorded much later from this recording. That's because I couldn't wait to fly it and see how it goes. I had that video uploaded first before this one was uploaded. So straight out of the box we have the Happymodel Bassline HDZero with a really nice cool case, and I really love this kind of case because this you could reuse this as a lipo holder or perhaps your tools and things like that. So this is one of the cases that I really like. So let's get down to what's inside the box. Oh, there. There we go. Alright, so we have some tools, prop opener, some spare props, and these foam to hold the lipos, some spare screws and some rubber grommet, right? And we have the HDZero cable. This is to update your HDZero VTX, and this is of course the 3D printed lipo holder. There's two of them in case you lose one or break one, as well as a USB to USB-C extension plug. I really like this. Some stickers and the quad itself. Oh, and a spare canopy too. Oh, by the way, these canopies, these are the updated canopies. So in the previous ones used to break quite often, but these are the new ones, and they're quite durable. I've tested a couple of them so far, and thankfully I haven't been breaking any of them since. That goes the same with the HDZero canopies, which are this ones. They used to break often right here at the joint, but the new ones are really durable. Right, so let's look at the Happymodel Bassline HDZero. This is the Newton Loopz quad that's inspired by him because he flies the 85mm often. One thing that you do note is that this additional VTX, the Voxnail also has this single board VTX, and this is the HDZero version as I mentioned earlier. But most importantly is the fact that the flight controller itself comes with the UART based receiver and not the SPI receiver like the previous Bassline. We're gonna take a look at the flight controller. I'm gonna be swapping a couple of stuff on this one because in the case of crashes I can't find my quad. I fly in grass all the time, so it kind of takes a while to find it, and I really like the white of the HDZero, so I'm gonna swap the canopy for the white ones. Let's take a look at the flight controller itself. The weight of the quad with the lipo holder weighs in at about 44.65 grams, and I'll be flying with, because this is a 2S quad, I'll be flying with these 2S GNB lipos, so it's either the 350mm lipo or the 380mm lipo, both are HV. So with the 350mm lipo, the weight is about 65.15 grams, and with the 380mm lipo, the weight is at 66.3 grams. Alright, it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's light, but I wouldn't call it heavy either. It's pretty decent. Do note that the Happymodel Bassline HDZero comes with this dipole antenna. I probably have switched one of them to a dipole instead of the existing whip antenna, but this Happymodel Bassline comes with the dipole. The canopy is mounted really strange, like with two screws on top and two screws below. These are like two facing up and two facing down basically. So I'm just gonna remove all these so that I can access the flight controller, because the reason for this is the two that's facing down is mounted with the TPU, the TPU lipo holder, so it's gonna be like that. Let's get down to this and see if this is accessible. So now with the canopy and the VTX out of the way, we could actually take a look at the flight controller itself. Gotta be gentle in case I rip off anything out there. So I like to note that there are two versions of this Happymodel Bassline flight controllers, and that it's the crazy F411 20 amp ESC flight controller, as well as this X12 Lite, which is a 12 amp ESC flight controller. So this one comes with the Bassline HDZero, and as I mentioned before, this is a UART receiver, so it's not the SPI receiver. So this comes pre-flashed with the V3.01 PLRS firmware. It also comes with the Bluejay firmware pre-flashed on this Bassline HDZero. So this UART receiver is somewhat similar to that of the EP1, so it's got to be set as Crossfire instead of SPI RX. So these are things that you might want to take note of when you are setting up your quad on Betaflight. The HDZero version comes with the Whoop Lite VTX with the Nano Light camera. The models are the 1103 11000 kV and this copper antenna instead of the ceramic antenna. This is of course to save space, so that it doesn't press against the ceramic antenna. These are pretty decent. I've got really good range with this copper antenna. Alright, so the HDZero Bassline is all set up and ready to fly, and if you haven't seen the flight video, it was done in the previous video, so if you're looking for that video, the link is just up here, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. So till the next one, thank you all for watching and see you guys again soon. Ciao.